And we have a feature called reports. Well, what reports does, it takes a certain set of circumstances, a trading strategy, or a particular function that you're looking for in a trade, and actually looks through all the stocks and finds those stocks which are following that trend. So, for instance, it would be nice, wouldn't it, to find all those stocks which today had an expert rating of over 95. Luckily, the designers have thought of that one before, and they've created, in these stock reports, there are about 200 odd of these stocks. So they are, as you see, embedded into files and sort of into folders and files within those. In fact, folders within folders. So one of these is expert analysis. So if I push the plus button to get down into files within that folder, I see there's an upside expert rating and a downside. So let's look at the upside. What this does, it gives us a list of all the stocks which today have an expert rating of over 95, although it starts at the top and goes down the list until it puts them in order of expert rating. So you can very quickly, instead of tripping through the stocks, just look at your report and find all those stocks which, as it says here, on the 19th of March, which is close of play yesterday, had an expert rating of 100 up, or for that matter, if we wanted to, 100 down. Depending on where we think the market is going today, who knows, and where your strategy is for trading. It's great, and we've got a list of those stocks, but that's not too helpful, is it? What we want to do is see them on one of our lists. And again, thankfully, designers have thought of that one. So we've got a little button here to make life easy called Build Report List. Click on that button, give it a name, we'll call it Rep 34, just for fun. Click OK. And what that does, it takes us straight into charts. We get this splash screen coming up. Every time you go into charts, you'll get this splash screen, which shows you how to get in contact with me. I'm your point of contact for all support in the UK, and I'm available on support@winwaycharts.com and also available on the phone. And you can also call the States if I'm not around and it's late and you want to get some info. Best though to get in touch with me. Best get in touch with me by email, because I can always respond to an email wherever I am. And I've got a load of answers to many questions which people ask. And I can quite often very quickly get back to you with hopefully a useful answer on email rather than on the phone. Not always available on the phone, try to be. Nowadays, perhaps I am a bit more, as we all are probably, being at home, but email is probably the best way of getting hold of me. When you get bored with that, and you know my email address because you've emailed me many times, or phone me, you can click this button here, which will say, do not show this message again. So click on that and it won't appear again. Right, so what I can do then is to go into charts, and now what it's done for me, it's put Rep 34, which is my report of all the stocks of 95, and I can now see a list of all those stocks. So I can look at them knowing that those are all expert ratings that have fired today. In other words, they are over 95. So if I'm looking for stocks that over the next few days I can start to think of making money on, those are the ones to look at. There are no guarantees at the moment on anything, of course. In these volatile markets, we have to be watching very closely to see what's going on, and I'm sure everyone is. But in more regular markets, those are the ones to completely focus on, so you know where they are going at any one time. Now, equally, in going back to reports, I mentioned that these are stocks which have an expert rating which is fired, but not necessarily, they have not necessarily been confirmed. So I get an action list here of upside expert ratings which have been confirmed. So here your action list is of those that have not only got an expert rating, but they are confirmed because the phase is showing the same. So again, you can shortcut your shortcut. I would advise less and less to shortcut shortcuts. So you're very happy with the manual way you're doing it, and then the shortcut way you're doing it. So each of these are to be used sensibly as you move up along with your understanding of the markets. It's very easy to use shortcuts, but you have to understand what those shortcuts are doing, and also the shortcomings of the shortcuts. Everyone has one. Expert ratings are not 100%. Even confirmed expert ratings are not 100%, but they increase your chances of looking, of finding more importantly. So, as you can see, in terms of reports, there are lots of other reports with price changes to the upside. Ones with price gaps, if you're looking for a gap up. These are all stocks which have had a gap up today. Probably a bounce, but nevertheless a gap up. So let's look at those. We'll call it gap up. And again, I'm going to open my charts. Now will show me those gap up stocks. And I'll get rid of my cursor by typing A. It's one of those shortcut keys again, like the Z, where I can move the cursor, not the cursor, the line, the bar, showing where you are, from a bar to get it out of the way and show a diamond just at the bottom. So I'm going to open out a little so we can see a bit more, focus in. But this stock has gapped up today, and here's the gap there. And we can move down them to see that they've all gapped up. This one, 170 here, 111. HSBC, interesting, gapped up. So they've all gapped up. So if you're looking for gapped up stocks, you don't have to flick through the SP 500, and you don't have to look for a particular thing you're looking for. You can find a report that does that for you, and then create a list and look at these. Now, if you see here, I've got stocks from London, I've got currencies, I've got US stocks, the whole mixture. You can run your reports based on all of this data, as I have, or you can narrow it down to just US or just UK or any of the explore lists that you have in the system. So you can run it by explore list, change it to look at just the NASDAQ 100 or just the S&P 500 if that's where you're trading, or the 1500, whatever you wish. So again, filtering out those stocks that you're looking for to trade becomes easier.